Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Apex, and today I'm here with a very special guest, a very first time cameo from my own brother, Trevor Frazier. Trevor, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, bro. What's up, everybody?
Yes,
How y'all
sir.
doing?
Good, good.
Good.
So we are here to talk about none other than the genre that has strengthened our personal bond, hip hop. And we were just texting the other night, and I was like, bro, you know what? I treasure our conversations about hip hop more than so many other conversations that I have with people. I feel like that's when you and I are really at the top of our game. And I figured if I like it so much, why not just record one and see if other people do? And if they do, cool. If they don't, cool. But we're going to make it happen tonight. Real quick, if y'all are new to the channel, feel free to stick around.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. If you like what you watch, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. And also, it really does me a lot of favors if you watch the video the whole way through. And maybe even click on the next one at the end of this one if you haven't seen it. But without further ado, I figure let's just get into it. So Trevor, how about you talk a little bit about your connection to hip hop?
Oh man. My connection with hip hop is deep. I mean, it's funny because we grew up in the same house, so but everybody doesn't know, like, we weren't allowed to listen to anything at all. But it wasn't like in a bad way. Our parents just wanted to make sure that we were good, but we listened to Christian music, and that was it. And it was cool. It sort of brought me out of my shell as a person. It sort of helped me connect with other people that I wouldn't have before. And it really speaks to me emotionally, and it speaks to me as a person. And I think it sort of goes with everything that I've learned over the years. And I don't know, hip hop has definitely in a way saved my life. And like you said, it brought us closer. It's something that I think people are too quick to judge because there's so much reality in it that people are taken back by it. But I love it, and I think hip hop is one of the best things in the world for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, like you said, we we weren't really allowed to listen to it. And like having said that, just a little disclaimer: the stuff that we're gonna talk about doesn't necessarily mean that we completely agree with everything in hip hop. There's of course some toxic elements in hip hop, toxic masculinity, and things of that nature. And if you're someone who maybe doesn't want to listen to stuff that will stir at your convictions, then don't listen to the things that we talk about today. We're going to do our best to give you just a nice little PG summary of the different projects and artists that we're going to explore tonight. But having said that, let's just get first to the first topic. And I'll let you start because you're the guest on this channel.
How nice.
Who do you think is the most influential hip hop artist of all time? Now, this can go a couple different ways. This could be influential to music or influential to like the world. So it's up to you to interpret how you want to do that. But let's go ahead and start with you.
Man, all right. There's like three people that come to mind immediately. And the funny thing is they're all pretty new school. And it may not be the people that you think it would be. Okay. But I think some people
don't embarrass me.
Hey, I got you. I think some people have done a great job of connecting the world with their rap and connecting different walks of life and different socioeconomic statuses and different cultures. One of those people would be Kendrick Lamar, obviously. Yeah. And then another one of those very important, influential people as far as music itself goes is Kanye. Yeah. and everyone knows Caleb loves Kanye almost as
It's
much
true.
as Kanye loves Kanye. So
Yeah.
it's quite a bit. But
It's up there.
Kanye changed the game. I think a little more underrated person that we both love, but not a lot of people have had the opportunity to listen to his music because he doesn't make that much music, is Andre 3000.
Mm, mm,
I think if you go back in the archives and you listen to what he was doing early,
yeah.
you'll realize that there's a lot of things taken from that in current hip hop culture. So I think there's more influential people. I mean, you can go back to KRS-One and
Yeah.
Tupac and all them who
Right.
really stepped the game up from what 70s rap was into
Right.
what 90s rap was, and then what we are at now.
Mm.
But I definitely think those are some of the more influential people in hip hop. What do you think, bro?
Word. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a couple of the same artists. I was debating writing down Kendrick as my answer, but I wanted to do who inspired Kendrick because I feel like that touches obviously everywhere that Kendrick has, but also
Yeah.
stuff from the past, and that would be Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Pac was really one of the first, like one of the trailblazing artists in talking about politics and stuff in
Mm-hmm.
his music. And
He was
now
different.
he was different. And now with the last 5 years in America, that's kind of become like the wave in hip hop
Mm-hmm.
is to talk about politics and like the wave in pop culture. And Pac started a lot of that, making it more acceptable. And then the other artist that I wrote down was Kanye. Like you said, he's like changed the game in music, particularly from a production standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also like, I feel like Kanye is the first artist, and maybe that's not fair to say because I haven't listened to every artist of all time, but Kanye is at least the most notable artist to just scream every single thing that he does. You know what I mean? Like, we have artists who are kind of like a John Bellion, who is heavily, heavily, heavily inspired by Kanye. And I would put both Kanye and Bellion in the top three most diverse artists of all time, or at least of the 21st century. Um, but the difference with Bellion is he knows when to scream and when to ride, you know, like he knows how to chill and what fits right. Kanye, he does that. It's not that he doesn't do that the right way, but he's still screaming even when he's whispering. And I feel like that's something that didn't happen before Kanye as far as the music goes. So those are my two answers. Another one, like more influential to like new school sad boy hip hop, you could say Drake, but I know I would get
Hey, I
crucified.
wasn't gonna say Drake
I know
because you
I was
said
gonna
don't
get,
embarrass
yeah,
me.
yeah. I would get crucified if I said Drake is the most influential hip hop artist of all
Hold
time.
up, though. Hold up. He was one of the people I was talking about that has brought the world together with hip hop.
Drake? Because he's
Yeah.
from Canada?
No, because he also takes from Pop Can, and he
Yeah,
takes from gigs, and he takes from England, he takes from
that's
Jamaica,
true.
he
He
takes
did
from
put
America.
the UK hip hop scene on quite a
Yeah,
bit.
it's on in America quite a bit now. I mean,
Yeah,
it's cool. You got Skepta, you got people that other people
Stormzy.
listen to and find in popular songs now.
Mm.
And Drake has done songs with artists all over the world. We it's hard not to be biased talking about Drake.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Drake. I think there's a very great divide in hip hop of whether Drake is a wonderful rapper or not. But I think Drake is more influential than people really want to let on, for sure.
yeah.
He was in a State Farm commercial for the Super Bowl like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, was he? Oh, yeah, it's the Super Bowl
Yeah.
tonight. Who's winning? I haven't
I don't
watched
know.
football in like 4 years.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
The Bucks were winning. That's all I know.
I don't
That's
really
not
care.
important.
No. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying. And in the same way, though, I feel like you could and do a lot of people do say the same thing about Ye. Like, is he really that great of a rapper? Maybe not next to
Maybe
like
not. Yeah.
Kendrick or some of the lyricists, but he is great at hip hop. He's great at music. Yeah. M's another one that I was thinking of, like
We gotta
influential.
give him props at least.
Yeah, we said his name. That's enough,
We
right?
gotta give him props, bro. Yeah, I mean, Eminem just keeps doing music. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but OGM, as sadistic as he was, you can't deny the talent that was there. Can't.
Yeah,
Can't.
That's fair.
But I guess you're gonna ask me something about Kanye next, aren't you?
Well, I mean, Kanye really inspired a culture. Impact did as well, like I was saying with Kendrick. But
yeah,
running off of the point about Kanye's production, I was listening to Fantasy, right? And as crazy as I am about 808s and Heartbreaks, that was the first like non-Christian hip hop album that I really listened to on repeat. I think looking through what that did for the game production wise, and then into Fantasy, which kind of leveled up, and then into Yeezus, which, I mean, like personally, I don't really listen to Yeezus because I don't really rock with that. That was a very dark time for Kanye, a very blasphemous time for him, but I can still appreciate the production that came from that. And that 3-album run, I think that I mean, I was looking through my Spotify to see if I was capping here or not, but I honestly think that 3-album run is probably the most long-lasting and influential and greatest run of production in any genre ever, as far as 3-album runs go. Do you think that's crazy to say? What are your thoughts there?
So I'm like a hip hop head. I've listened to Christian music and I don't like country music, but I've listened to it. Listened to quite a bit. I would say that it is, I mean, again, it's hard not to be biased here because those were amazing albums. Like, just like you said, 808s and Heartbreak was probably, that's the
revolutionary.
Out of all the albums, I didn't even, at that time, how old was I? What year was that?
That was 08.
Dude, I was like 13, 14?
Yeah, like 12.
I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for doing the math, bud. But that was like one of the first hip-hop albums I really, really listened to. And I could not stop listening to it. I mean, Love Lockdown was the instrumentals on that.
The 808s.
And then all the way from that to Blood on the Leaves, which was, like you said, Yeezus, maybe not the the best moment for Kanye, but that song, I don't know. I think you're not wrong to say that, but I think, I mean, I've heard from the older generation that there was like this 3-album run from Black Sabbath that was amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Yeah. But it's what speaks to the culture and the generation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like the debate of LeBron and MJ. I don't know if it could ever truly happen. You know what I mean? It's got to be. It's got to be from generation to generation, I think. Who impacted the culture the most? And I think it is Ye. I think you're definitely right.
Yeah. So interesting point. I was listening to this interview that Bellion did with Ross Gold a while back after Glory Sound Prep came out. And I revisit this interview like every 6 months because there's so many gems as an artist, especially like an independent artist. So if anyone out here watching is an independent artist, I heavily suggest that podcast. But there was a part where they were talking about greatest writers of all time. And Bellion said, the GOAT discussion is impossible because we don't know who the greatest of all time is because time isn't finished. Can't call anyone the greatest of all time unless they're outside of time. And the only person outside of time is God himself.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
I have a question. I guess we are talking strictly production.
Yes.
But if we went more general,
Don't say Drake.
Does Kendrick not hold that title?
So
Good Kid, To Pimp
yeah.
a Butterfly, and Damn.
Yeah. So that was the 3-album run that kind of had me questioning this. But I will say, just as far as since this is strictly production, it's gotta be Ye. If we're talking about impact, then it's more of a conversation. I don't know if I would say Kendrick has the title though, if we're talking about impact, because
impact on culture though.
Right. Now listen. Ye inspired a generation of artists that inspired a generation of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He has completely changed how music sounds. And I don't know of other artists in the last 30 years to do that. I think the last person to do that was probably Michael Jackson, right? I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
And before that, you have to go back to the Beatles, and then back to composers that R.I.P. But I think that whenever we start to dig into the narrative of what else 808s did outside of production, it brought back the feeling of you can expose yourself in music and hip-hop. Not in an aggressive way, but in an emotional way. Kanye West, who is Kanye West, can talk about his heartbreak, can talk about the pain that he felt after his mother died, after a girl leaves him. That is something that was missing from the 90s rap, because 90s made everything hardcore, to 2007. And then Kanye drops 808s and everyone's like, what is this?
Was Illmatic in the 90s, right?
Illmatic was, I think, 94.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was a bit aggressive too.
It's like an aggressive emotional.
But yeah. I mean, I don't know. Gotta give props to Nas too, because
yes,
I don't know if you love Nas.
Nas was in. We'll get to that later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll stay on track for now.
We'll stay on track. But going out of 808s into Fantasy. Fantasy is an album that I listened to whenever I was first getting into Kanye, but I kind of stayed away from because of just personal conviction and misinformation and stuff about the narrative. But the older I got, the more I dove into it, I was like, this narrative is genius. This is crazy because it's painting a picture of Kanye falls in love with this girl and he knows that he's going to treat her wrong. She's too good for him. So throughout the beginning of the album, it's all this bitterness and built up rage that Kanye is just trying to keep in. And then we get to the track Runaway, which is incredible. And that alone changed how hip hop and music was done.
You're right.
I could do a whole 20-minute video on that song alone, but I'm not going to do that because I just watched one last night. But whenever we get to that part of the narrative, Kanye is like, listen, you need to get away from me. You are too good for me, and I am about to destroy you if you don't run away. Oh, by the way, if you do, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's this amazing, not necessarily an ultimatum, but I am super stuck, and I need you to make this decision. And she decides to stay with him, and then he's like, you asked for this. And then he goes off on her, and then she cheats on him, and then they're like, oh, we clearly still love each other, so they fall back in love. And then at the end of the album, it's like, wait, this isn't about Kanye and a girl. This is about being a successful Black man in America.
It's Kanye and Kanye.
You can't win.
It's genius, dude. And the Pinocchio story, was that the very last?
That was 808s.
On that. Okay.
Yeah. So some of the songs, just from a production standpoint, from Fantasy, Power, All the Lights, Runaway, and then Lost in the World.
Runaway was amazing. All the Lights, dude. I completely forgot about that song.
That beautiful violin interlude.
Great, dude. Yeah.
It's great. And that's another thing. you look at the music that preceded that album and the next 2 years, and like every rapper had a violin interlude. Like it's an immediate and lasting effect at the same time. I don't
That's
think you
true.
could really say that for another trilogy of albums in hip hop. Maybe across all genres.
Maybe not. I guess that's for the people to decide.
I guess that's for the people to decide. Hey, y'all tell us if we're capping at all. Please let us know in the comments. If you're loving this, let us know. If you're hating this, let us know, because a comment helps the algorithm either way, baby.
Let us know nicely if you hate it, though.
Yeah, we're both very sensitive.
All right.
Yeah, but now where we are with Kanye obviously has gone through a lot personally. He's
grown a lot.
He's grown a lot. He's had to. He's had kids. He found his salvation, at least from the outside looking in, and that brings us to his.
We've had that conversation too.
We've had several of those conversations, but that brings us to his last LP. Jesus is King, J.I.K. Like, say what you will. There's some good parts. There's some bad parts, I think. As far as personal enjoyment, it's top 5 Kanye for me. As far as, like, mixing and sonics, it's probably his worst mixed album. I feel like it was rushed. But I wanted to use that as a segue to talk about CHH and Christian hip-hop in general. Kind of what are your general thoughts? What do you think? What did you first think when you heard it? What do you think about where it started and where it's at now compared to like the cross movements to like the whatuprgs of the world?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I got you. All right. Shoot, bro. So Christian hip hop was sort of what introduced me to hip hop culture as a whole, and honestly, any culture. To be honest, like I felt like for the first 10 years, at least of my life, grew up very sheltered. Looking back on it, it's good or bad, whatever. But it really introduced me to just like a whole nother perspective on life, because they were able to say things that to me, the boring, same old tone Christian songs that I continually heard and annoyed the crap out of me. Didn't say.
Right.
You know, they were a lot more real about their music.
Right.
And it allowed me to segue into like different things from that. I think Christian hip hop has changed quite a bit, and I think in a good way. 100% in a good way. Well, maybe not 100%, but like 90%. Yeah. Because I don't know, at least to me, the older I get, the more I like differentiate between what was corny and what was actually good, just because that was the first introduction of hip hop I had. I thought it was all amazing initially.
Right.
But I think one of my favorite 2, 3, okay, I guess I'll go with 3 Christian hip hop albums are all older. Real Talk was amazing. Lecrae's album.
Lecrae.
And then The Overdose. Rehab, is that what it was?
Rehab, and then there's Rehab the Overdose.
Yeah, Rehab.
You're talking about
without a doubt.
The one
Anger Management and all those songs. Yeah, absolutely. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it was gritty, and it was good, and it was gritty. Real cut, and it was real, and you could play it in front of your mom. You know, like it was really cool. As I've gotten older, I started listening to Christian hip hop less, but the artists that are coming up are dope. Also, shout out Andy Mineo, such a talented person.
Absolutely.
Freaking talented.
One of the most talented artists, let alone CHH
artists. Yes, dude. The rap thing he did, the little challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Freaking amazing. And I remember you did it.
Yeah.
Also
Jackson
amazing.
Pollock.
Shout out Apex. But
buy my merch.
Was unashamed, currently Apex. But Christian hip hop is a love-hate thing for me, for real. So
Mm-hmm.
I know for you it's like all love. That
I wouldn't say
not
it's
all
all
love,
love.
not all love, but I know how you feel a little bit
Right.
better about it because you're more knowledgeable about it.
I'm
Like
involved.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good word. The rap you send me now, like What Up RG,
Mm-hmm.
dope.
Dope
Aha
artists.
Gazelle, dope.
Yeah.
So fun to listen to. Really like not corny at all. Get
Right.
their message across. I mean, and then KB.
Yeah.
KB is the dude.
Yeah.
Derek Minor, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some really good hip hop artists. I just think to me it's trying to find that balance of message and talent and
Mm-hmm.
musical production.
Yeah.
And lyrically it's got to be on point.
It's got a hit for
I
sure.
mean, like What Up RG said, what do you say? Papa was an alien, the flow illegal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
It's
that.
real.
I love it.
It's
It just
real.
sticks in your head. Yeah, because you know, like that's what he went through. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
Man, I agree. I think like obviously with anything when it starts, it's gonna be rough. Christian hip hop took a while to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Sonically, especially, I think the person who really pushed that was Lecrae. I think
Mm-hmm.
come like even his transition from like Rebel to Rehab was really different, and then Rehab to Gravity was huge. Started getting commercial placements and kind of put the genre on the map. But I think it was more well received the older the genre became by like the mainstream and
Mm-hmm.
less received by like the church and
I
Christians
love
as
it.
a whole. Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. And I think like a lot of that has to, obviously a lot of that has to do with the Church Close series. I think that's a really underrated part of the revolution. And
Everybody
then
has to listen to that,
yeah, for
whether
sure.
you like
At least the
Christian hip
first
hop or
one.
not. It's
At least
good
the
hip
first
hop.
one.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! And Church Close the song,
Yes.
absolutely freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Freaking,
One of the best songs to date as far as CHH goes.
I think so.
I think whenever Lecrae said like, "Don't call me a Christian hip hop artist," I'm like that got so persecuted by
Mm-hmm.
Christianity and like the church and stuff. I think now everyone's sort of like at peace with what it is, but the artists who are coming up now didn't grow up on like cross movement and DC talk. They grew up
That's
on
true.
Lecrae. They grew
On
up
hip hop, yeah.
on early KB, like people who were good at hip hop.
Was
And
it
I think
Thistle?
that's Thistle, yeah. I think that's why you see the genre shifting. Now, a lot of people in CHH, like the politics in CHH are crazy and sad, like from an artist standpoint, what you have to do to make it as an independent artist, stuff that people will never know, and I'm not gonna be the one to expose that. But I think the reason that you see the people like Coop and Swayze and like artists like that who are coming up right now, the reason that their music is so good is because they took the good and the bad from
Balance.
from hip hop and CHH
From
and
both.
learned from others' mistakes and just kind of made it this what
It's
it
a
is
good
now.
mix. It's a
Yeah,
good
so
mix.
that's sort of I'm a pencil in this question on the spot. My homie Caleb sent it to me before we started.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would fit well here. He said, "What's your opinion on the new wave of hip hop, the new artists coming up?" I think since we're talking about like the new CHH wave, it'll be an easy transition. So maybe if you mentioned RG, if you know any more
Mm-hmm.
of the up and coming CHH artists, if you want to speak on them, and if not, then just normal hip hop artists.
I mean, I think first off, I'll say broadly, I think
Mm.
what the best thing about Christian hip hop to me, it made the church uncomfortable. And the church needs to be uncomfortable
Like
because the
Jesus did.
church doesn't act like Christianity 90% of the time. And I think also it's important for people to know that. Like, it's about following God, not the church, for real. But anyways, I think, I mean, Aha Gazelle is, and I don't know a lot of new artists for sure, but the ones I do know, I really respect and appreciate.
Right.
I love listening to his music. I love how flowy he is and fun and easy to listen. Like he's uppity, he's good. Like, let's party, but let's have fun the right way, I guess. But
Right.
and then whatuprg can have some really serious songs.
Yeah,
Then he can
like
have
4
some songs
a.m.
that hit you good. And what's the dude? 24? What's this song?
24
Yeah. Or some, bro.
by I don't know. You talking about
No Big
Caleb
Deal.
Mitchell, maybe? Oh, 2018.
Yeah, No Big Deal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
Like
like him.
24. Because
Yeah,
like
my
there's
fault.
some, but none that I thought that you would know. Yeah, No Big Deal is great.
No Big
He
Deal
is.
dope.
He's definitely a super talented rapper.
And Apex,
A
who has left the genre. Get, all right, I'm gonna do a song question on the spot.
Okay.
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 So what made you switch from Christian hip hop to alternative?
Like conscious rap?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I have left Christian hip hop. I think whenever people hear
I mean,
my new
yeah.
album, it's very Christian. It really is,
Yeah.
but it's in a much different way than CHH has been, because I've experienced life differently than every CHH artist has, and I don't think there's another person on this planet who has lived my story.
Right.
So I have to be outside of genres, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I love the CHH community, even if like I call them out on some stuff. But the people who I'm trying to reach aren't youth groups, like
For sure.
the people who can relate to my story are people who are hurting, who have experienced some brokenness, who have experienced immigration issues, our fatherlessness, our health. Like, those are the kind of people that I feel like maybe don't, like the people who turn up to 1K few can turn up to Apex, but I think that the people who will relate to the story more are people who do cry to 808s and heartbreaks. You know what I mean? So I think, like, as much as I do love CHH, I'm not saying that I'm bigger than the genre, because I'm not, but I have to be at more places than one lane. You know what I mean?
You just got to be more broad. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like the people who,
I agree.
look at NF, right? NF, he started in CHH.
Yeah.
I'm not like an NF stan like millions of people out there, but I respect how raw he is in his music, even if it doesn't differ a lot. And he's never, that I know of, called himself a Christian hip hop artist. And he's done the tours with Logic, and he's got mad radio play on pop stations because the music is real, and he still keeps God and the main subject matter. So I think if that's something that I can do, then that's something that I need to.
Yeah. NF is also on 2K, right? Or
I don't know. The last 2K I have is 19.
Who's it on, 2K or Madden?
Probably
One
Madden.
of the two. Yeah, I think it was Madden.
Yeah.
But yeah, NF is cool. He's I don't know, NF is a mood.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
He's
Absolutely.
a mood. It's not like something that I'm gonna want to listen to all day.
Right.
Yeah, all day, every day. That would be very depressing. But
right.
He's definitely a mood.
Yeah. Hey, he's pregnant.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, his wife's pregnant.
Yo, he's pregnant.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of music is gonna come from that. But
I don't know, man.
circling back around, are there any new school artists and mainstream hip hop that stick out to you?
Oh, buddy. Yeah.
Mainstream, let's say like the new artist, new school is like 25 and under.
The new wave.
Yeah.
The new wave, bro.
New wave.
I don't think people are we're going from Christian hip hop to this.
Let's let's do our best to keep it congruent.
I don't know, Reason's not necessarily young, but
no, but I don't think enough people know him.
JID, 100%. Think he's super talented. You're not a fan. I get it. It's not your style.
It's not my style. But
I honestly, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go.
I would say, but to like piggyback off of him, Earth Gang, gotta be there.
Earth Gang, for sure. I mean, you know it, and no one agrees with this, but I like Russ a lot.
Is Russ the new wave though at this point?
I don't know. I think he's the old wave now. If we're talking new wave, bro, I like Lil Baby. I really do. And it's weird. It's weird because I was a big hater about mumble rap for a long time.
It's true.
A big hater. And then I listened to Lil Baby, and then I heard The Bigger Picture, which was one of his more conscious songs. And then I started doing a deep dive of his
He does music. Conscious mumble rap.
He does conscious mumble rap. And I love it. I think it's amazing. And there's so many new artists.
Yeah. That's enough, I think, unless you have any
overloaded.
that you're dying to say. Yeah.
No.
You weren't prepared for this question. I mean, Earth Gang for me is like, they're fire. Yeah. Shout out to the homie Trey from next door. I think he's in for a really big year.
Yeah, he is dope.
Yeah, he's in for a big year. If anyone listening hasn't heard of him, go check him out.
I do have one that I can't stop listening to.
Who's that?
I love all of his songs. And the dude is pretty much sober. I mean, I think he might either drink a little or smoke a little weed, but he doesn't do like any drugs. Well, some people might find that funny. But anyways, Jack Harlow.
Okay, yeah. Jack Harlow's nice.
Jack Harlow he's a vibe. He's like a Post Malone vibe almost.
Yeah, he's hard to dislike as a person. So far, at least.
Yes. Well, yeah, till we find out more.
Yeah.
But I think Jack Harlow's new album was really good, and I think he also put some pretty good lyrics together, which was something I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do, especially consistently. So that was nice to see. I think his production team did a good job of fitting what his sound was to him. And I love the features. I mean, I'm a big fan of Big Sean.
I like that. I like that Post Malone comparison. Not necessarily for their sonics, but sort of for the vibe. I feel like he's a better lyrical artist than Post Malone. For the
wave, though.
But Post is more diverse, I would say.
But you gotta love Posty.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, such a nice guy, dude. Oh my God.
Even though his last album was absolute garbage.
What was that? The
New
Black
Hollywood
cover?
Or Hollywood's Bleeding.
Yes. Yeah. Hollywood's Bleeding.
Is that what it's called? Yeah. New Hollywood is the RG album that never dropped.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. It's apparently really dark. But now, Post and Jack Harlow, it's not just because they're two white rappers, but it's like the vibe they give off. They're super.
The first two albums are Post, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking. I don't know, but was White Iverson? That's not really hip hop, but
it's like R&B, but it took off in the hip hop world. That's
not
like Post isn't even a rapper though. That's the whole thing. Like White Iverson kind of plunged him into the genre. And he was like, okay, cool.
I'm one of the few people that would say that about Drake, though. When you really listen to all of Drake, he can.
I mean, Nothing Was the Same was an
R&B.
R&B album. Yeah.
And Nothing Was the Same
But he
was one of
can
the
rap.
best albums ever.
And yeah, he can rap. And that's why he dropped If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. Just to be like, by the way,
yeah,
I can rap.
Like Chris Brown and his mixtapes. But anyways.
But I think that's a good segue to get to the draft. So I'm a big fan of drafts and podcasts and whatnot. Shout out to The Old Man and the Three, JJ Reddick's podcast. JJ Reddick from Roanoke, Virginia.
Yo, shout out JJ
dreams of being Reddick. Like I make it out of Roanoke.
Shout
but
out
I made it out of Roanoke.
Daniels.
Yeah. But they do a top 5 draft at the end of every episode. So I figured what better way to cap this off than to do top 5 hip-hop albums of all time. Now, you said that you didn't really do research for this.
No.
So this going to be off the dome?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Get us started. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, all right. We'll go one for one because I need time to
Yeah,
think
for sure.
too. All right.
Why don't we do let's do a snake. So you get 1, I get 2 or 3, you get 4 or 5, like that.
Yo, that's cool with me.
Okay.
Dang.
Come on. Okay. I'm not going to say anything.
Nah, I mean, I want to go with the Kendrick one first.
Yeah.
I just don't know which one, and I know I'm going to run out of spots quick.
You know which one you have to go with.
I'm not going with them.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
I'm going with Good Kid, Mad City.
Really?
Is what I'm doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that Kobe White name. Wow. Okay. Well, you can have that because
I'm locking it in.
With the first pick in my draft, I'm going with the Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
I mean,
that's the culture. Why don't you
go for the culture? I think it was nominated for more Grammys than any album ever. I think that's the stat that I saw.
Did Damn win a Pulitzer?
I don't know. It went triple platinum. But To Pimp a Butterfly was insane as far as like a conceptual album. No one's done it before. No one will ever do it again. And if they do, they just bite To Pimp a Butterfly. So that one, as far as like incorporating politics and race and whatnot, is definitely the best that I've heard. And then for my second pick, I'm going to go with Graduation by Kanye. What can I say? In my opinion, it's Kanye's best album, and it holds true with the test of time.
You're definitely going to lose this game.
I don't know. Hey, viewers, let us know who wins this draft in the comment section below.
Okay, but Good Kid, Mad City has Shireen, which is a chilling song.
Good Kid, Mad City's dope. Don't get me wrong. Without Good Kid, Mad City, there would be no To Pimp a Butterfly because it's a trilogy.
True. That's true.
But I don't think that Good Kid, Mad City has as good, definitely not as diverse production. And a lot of that is due to budget. But
yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just going to do it. Illmatic.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
that was next on my list.
My second choice for sure.
Yeah, it's gotta
be. Right, you gotta do it. Yeah. If you don't do it, you don't really love hip hop.
You don't have respect.
I'm just kidding. Right, I'm just kidding. But you gotta pay homage to one of the greatest albums that I've ever heard, and that's not even my style of hip hop.
Right.
Or what I really would listen to if I got to pick the one song I would listen to.
Right.
Or the one album, but Illmatic is just amazing. I love it. All
right, you get another pick.
I get another pick?
For number 3.
Then I'm picking some Kanye before you do. I'm picking Fantasy for sure.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good one.
All right.
That was next for me too. Okay. Well, then was this my third pick?
Man, this is hard.
Yeah,
wait, was that my third pick?
Yeah, that was your third pick.
Hey, I've winged it my whole life, okay?
Yeah, okay. My third pick, man, I don't think people are gonna like this. But
Cool. Then I'm gonna do something after you do that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Draga's Wave by Lupe Fiasco. So listen.
Mine's not that bad.
A lot of people say that a lot of people are gonna
This
say that
man said
that's not
top
even
5 albums of all time. What?
it's undeniable listening to it.
All right.
It's a little long. A lot of people are gonna say that's not even his best album, but it's more so like a representation of all the Lupe albums.
Okay.
But I get another one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna go with Miseducation, Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate you because I was gonna do some Lauryn Hill actually.
Okay. Well,
And that was
a good
the
pick
one.
then.
So no, it is a good pick. But dang it, now I'm gonna do the one that people hate first. Nothing Was the Same, even though
Yeah.
it's cake.
It's
That's a wonderful, all of it.
Listen. Me personally, you know how I feel about that album. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. It wasn't even in my top 10 for this list, though.
You picked Lupe Fiasco.
Of course, Lupe Fiasco is a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. Not a better artist, but a better rapper.
A better rapper?
A better lyricist.
Maybe.
Not a better storyteller.
Maybe.
All right, what's your next pick, though? This is your last one.
Dang. Oh, no. I think I take back Nothing Was the Same.
Can't do that.
Can I do that?
Nah. You ever watched the draft?
Bro, I traded him. I got another pick.
For who?
for Damn.
Okay. And then your last pick?
Shoot. The last pick of the
You're going to get killed
draft.
for both of those anyway, by the way.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. If you truly dissect Damn.
Yes, I know. I'm the one who put you onto that. But I am truly blown away that you haven't said this album that I'm thinking of right now.
I probably just forgot, to be honest
Probably.
with you.
What's your last pick?
I'm gonna say, it's gotta. Hold on. I think it's. Give me a second.
This is why you gotta do your research before. This is why you need scouts.
Yeah,
This is cheating. This is cheating.
I don't know.
Give me an album.
Give you an album, 2001. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what you get.
I'm gonna go with the number. I'm gonna go with the number as well.
Okay.
2014 Forest Hill Drive for the last pick in my top 5.
Yeah, your team.
What happened? What happened, J. Cole?
Your team's gonna beat my team.
Sorry,
J. Cole.
What's your top 5? Run us through there.
At this point, I don't even remember. I'm so disappointed in myself.
You grabbed 2 Kendrick albums.
I got Illmatic though.
You got Illmatic. That's true. That's gonna rate you.
I got Illmatic.
You got, what was your last pick? Good Music. Is that what you picked?
Yeah.
And then Nothing Was the Same. Nothing Was the Same. For me, I ended up with To Pimp a Butterfly, Graduation, Miseducation.
Man, yours just sounds
2014. And what was the other one I grabbed?
Lauryn Hill, dude.
I said that.
Oh, you did. You said it. Miseducation.
Graduation. I can't remember. Oh, Lupe.
Lupe Fiasco. See? You can't even remember.
Hey
But
man, that's a good one. Some other albums I consider were like Stankonia.
good
Shout
music
out to
was great
Outkast.
though.
Yeah, I mean, I won, but yeah.
Or Aqua, what was Aquaminium or
Aquemini.
whatever?
Yeah,
Yes, yes, that's a
yeah,
great album. That's a great album.
yeah.
And then you could go with some old school Jay-Z for
Here's
sure.
like the Blueprint. I'm
Yeah, the
surprised you didn't.
Blueprint.
I mean, neither of
I
us really
almost went with the
necessarily
Blueprint.
like Jay-Z, but
I
that's definitely
I
regarded
almost
as
went
one
with
of
the
the
Blueprint.
best.
Well, Jay-Z like was J. Cole's icon. And I love J. Cole. I can't believe I didn't say Forest Hills Drive. Really disappointed in myself. I listened to that album for like 11 hours straight one time. Um, but it's
Yeah.
that '03 Adolescence, probably one of the best songs I
Yeah.
ever heard in my life.
Oh, 3 out of Lessons is amazing.
Cool.
So many good ones, apparently.
Saint
Apparently, I love J.
Tropez.
Cole how I should love a parent. Yeah, Saint Tropez, mind your
Yeah.
French. But
Hey, hey, hey,
hey,
hey.
I'm in a bilingual country. I gotta
Yeah,
get
but
that
you know
right.
where I'm at.
You
The
from Yeehaw
racist
land.
country. I hate it. Get me out of here.
Yeehaw land. You're gonna get
Get
killed for
me
that
out of
too.
here. I don't
But
care.
yeah, I mean, without any further delay, I think we can call that a decent conversation talking about the influence of hip hop. Do you have anything else you want to add before you go? Anyone you want to, or anything that you want to shout out?
No, shout out to Apex though. New album coming out soon. And then I will say that we need to be better to other people in general. There's a
Very
lot of
true.
craziness going on in this world right now. It's sort of just going off the fact about the racist thing. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I know not everyone in America is. Most people aren't. It's just the people that aren't don't speak loud enough over the people that are. It's important to us. It's important to all of our friends, family, our sisters, Black.
Mm-hmm.
We need to all be humans again. We need to all be people. And I'm not guilty of being racist, but I'm guilty of
Being
being
ignorant.
angry. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, dude. So I mean, it's just something that we all got to work on as a whole, and I think we can, and I think we should, and I think hip hop can bring us a bit closer in a way. So
I agree. I
definitely,
agree.
definitely a cool conversation to have. Thank you so much for letting me out in public.
I
Letting people know
appreciate.
what I think. Well,
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you hopping on. And like I said at the top of the video, like this is some of my favorite conversations. It's just like shooting the
for
breeze,
sure,
talking about music and stuff.
for
So
sure.
yeah, shout out to you and what you got going on. Shout out to Harley and her pursuit of being an entrepreneur. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, a couple more names that I would feel bad if we didn't mention before we were finished here, like Mac Miller. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I want to say some names.
Yeah.
One of the Matt Miller had a big influence on us, for
Yes.
sure. For sure.
Especially like the swimming album for me is
Yeah,
really big.
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Mac Miller. Shout out. Yeah. I mean, like honestly, I could go down a bunch of artists, but I'm gonna just try to keep it at that because I think we're already over on our recording time.
Probably, but we had to say Matt Miller. And I was gonna
It's true.
shout out J. Cole if his name didn't come out.
Yeah.
Shout out G-Eazy. I'm just kidding.
Get out of here. Shout out Chance the
Gotcha.
rapper. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Caleb loves Chance.
Chance loves his wife.
That's
All
a
right.
good thing to love.
It is a good
All right,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
We're rambling.
Yeah. We're done here. All right.
All right.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Hey, if
All
y'all
right.
made it to the end of the video, let me know in the comments section. Love you guys. Be sure to subscribe. If you want to hear more stuff like this on my channel, let me know. If you think Trevor should come back, let me know, even though probably no one will. Maybe mom. All right. Love you, bro.
Love you, bro. Peace.